Hello everybody, welcome back to another campaign of Nobunaga's Ambition, Taishi. Now, I will admit, if you did watch the last campaign I did of this for the Ryuzoji clan, I feel like it did end a little bit unceremoniously. But I also feel there wasn't. We were pretty much done. We had reached our peak pretty much. I was willing to take the that ending there, so I'll try to be more aware of that this time around. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna roll up a new one. We're gonna roll up a new campaign, a new start. It's always the most exciting time for me, is at the beginning when you really have to put in the effort there. So I did look through. I had at least a little bit of time to think about what I was going to do here. And let me go ahead and bring it to here. Now, I think most people, and one of the options I put out myself, is basically going to be this scenario right here. This is one of the DLCs. It extends the timeline back another 11 years. Now, I had basically decided, for myself anyways, I would rather do between two clans in this scenario. I was thinking of either doing the Satake clan here. Now this I had considered because in this scenario, the Hojo haven't quite locked down the region yet. So it would actually be somewhat feasible to do this. Or the Suzuki clan here. And they start off they have two officers, they have a single base, they're ranked 84th. They're basically nobody. But here's what I'm gonna do. I was originally thinking Satake, but I'm going to go ahead and give this clan a try. So we're going to be doing the Suzuki clan here, and the reason why I'm doing this clan is, and this is something I would consider a bit of a downside with this scenario, is almost every daimyo in this scenario has a generic resolve, including Satake over here. Almost everyone has a generic one, and he's one of the few that don't. At least, especially between the two that I had already pointed out. And I think it would be a nice challenge. You basically start off with almost absolutely nothing. So that's basically my reasoning. We're still on... actually see here. We're still on hard mode. Everything else is basically default. So, with that, we're going to jump in now. I'm going to try to do hour-long segments here instead of 2 hours. We'll see how that...
You make a worthy opponent.
See how that works out. Might be a little bit more manageable. So we have the Saika coalition. We seek to decide our own path, no others shall control. The Saika. Money is power. To do what one wishes in life, one needs coin. And village rules. Those who live in the village must live for the village. Those who break the code must be punished harshly.
I will achieve my resolve.
I mean, there's only two of us here, pretty much. But, you know. Holds the fate of key in our hands. Alright, so let's take a look at our situation here. We have 1,400 troops. We've got, well, what used to be in a lot of the other, or all the other scenarios would be the Miyoshi clan, but at this point in time they were still the Hosokawa. We have the Hatakeyama clan to our south, and these the same ones? Oh, they actually have 2 bases split up. And then we also border the Tsutsui clan here. And everyone is stronger than us to start with. That's a little scary. But let's see here. We start off allied with Honganji. Now this is something I've noticed in some other situations, but it's something you'll just have to find out for yourself if it's there. Is we have a permanent alliance with them. We start off the game with an alliance indefinitely. So that's something we can try to put some leverage in. Now that's another thing I wanted to mention. I'm not going to make guarantees, especially in the short term, because we might need to be aggressive early. But one thing I would like to try to do, if possible, that I felt like was a little lacking last time, on purpose, is maybe trying to do a little bit more in terms of diplomacy and negotiations and such. In our other campaign over here, it was more of my intention to just conquer everyone here. And by the time that happened, everyone else was already dead. So that was kind of unfortunate. But, so one of the things... Oh gosh, you know, I was going to do something, but we're making 50 gold per turn. Let's take a look at our resolve. Let's take a look at our resolve here. Alright. Talented in both the craft and use of firearms, the Saika acted as a mercenary group, working under any and all daimyos. Since they lived in the poor land of Ki in the war-torn Kinai region, this may have been their only method of survival. Well, I can't argue with you that we're poor. We'll work on that. So we have Nagoro guns, greatly increase the attack power of units with muskets equipped as well as their range. This is going to be really good. This is probably one of the better effects in the game, I think. We have gunsmithing, the ability to obtain muskets from trade zones that have gunsmiths. Not very many of those, but we'll just get even more guns. This should be not that hard to do. Infantry pay reduced, bringing your infantry to 5,000 or more. This is also really good. So we're just going to be able to have sustain more infantry more easily. And anyone that does not have a musket equipped, their attack power is reduced due to our gun dependence. Then we have village rules. The Saika themselves lived in a village that had a unique, unassailable rules. Those who went against the rules were punished harshly. The members of the village, stridently keeping each other in check, preserved its strength as a community. So that we're going to get self-help, gain more policy power for military policies during councils. That could be pretty good. So this is like our more civil. This is our military bonuses, or the more civil bonuses here. So we're going to get more military points, and then once we unlock this, we're going to get more rhetoric points. Veteran officers have more policy, so this won't take effect for a good long while, unless I don't know if the officer we start with starts off at 0 or if he starts off at like 3 years of service. I'm not sure, but either way, at least 10 probably. Well, our goodwill effect decreases. I don't think that matters. I still think we're going to be fine with diplomacy. You know, if we gain 13 goodwill points per turn instead of 15, I do not care. So this is going to be a an investment for the future. We got some good bonuses, but we start off real weak. We only have 2 officers. We have our daimyo, and then we have this guy. He's not even in the same family as us. He's just some random dude. Our stats are, you know, pretty, not the best, but they're, you know, good enough for a daimyo. We start off with musket arm and musket EX. This guy really just not even worth mentioning, to be honest. So we're going to be in the market of getting more members. In fact, we're going to pick up this guy. This is probably one of the few times I've actually actively looked at the Employee Ronin tab here. We're definitely going to grab good old Sancho here. He's pretty good. He's got some nice abilities. In fact, he has this right here. Let's see what that is. We'll go ahead and hire you. Alright, we've already He's not very loyal, but hopefully we'll be able to fix that here in a minute. Adds gear purchase down or cost down to opinion and council. Horses and muskets are cheaper in trades. Okay, well we don't have money for that right now, but another decent officer. This is actually probably our real starting officer list. I feel like you might be expected to hire that guy. So we only have a couple of landmarks here. We have a couple of temples and a gunsmith. Let's see here, though.
Huh.
Our income right now is just horrendous. We don't even have any infantry. And yet, we're still only making 50 a month. Horrible. Atrocious, even. Oof. Well, I'm gonna build this trade town here, but I mean, this is where I need to put the this is where I need to put the forge. Well, okay. You know what?
Understood.
Get the most important things out of the way first. And the least we can do is get our. We start off here in the summer and go ahead and increase our harvest almost immediately. So the first plan I have is two things. One, I want to get into an amiable relationship with the Hosokawa. Eventually, I want to drive them out of this area, but it's not going to be for a while, so if I can get them on my side, great. Until then, our first immediate goal is to try to take down the Hatakeyama clan here. And we're going to probably have to leverage our alliance with Honganji here. They actually have a border with this castle, but it's going to take us a bit to build up to that point. Namely, either get our harvest high enough that we can get more militia or some money that we can actually hire infantry. But these 1,400 men aren't going to cut it. We already have a pretty good idea here. Now, what do we need here? We need 3 or more rhetoric. So we need rhetoric and military policies to unlock our abilities here. I like how this is actually pretty funny. We have so few officers in our clan that we're just getting commerce official, agriculture official, military official. Alright, well, we'll take you. Take this one, and then we don't necessarily, we weren't exactly aiming for the commerce points, but it's a bunch at this stage of the game, and we get some rhetoric.
Let us end our council here.
I need to change the name of the stream. I'll do that afterwards. It's still set as the old one. Come to think of it. Normal trade zone income up. And then just get what we can here. A lot of these uncovered by default here. That's pretty interesting. I'm gonna go down this route. Okay. Expand here. Making a whopping 139 gold per turn. Yeah, I guess it is gold. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be developing much. We got our gunsmith and our trading town coming up. And that's pretty much all we're going to really be able to afford. Goodwill, if you're wondering why I haven't set someone as a diplomat yet, costs 300 per month. We can't afford that.
This is last month's results.
Unfortunately. Sadly. And we would be, even if we were to burn into our reserve, we wouldn't last very long on that either. Okay. Also, it's going to be pretty important to... So now that we do have money for this, it's also going to be pretty important for this clan to get a commerce agreement up with them, because they don't stand much to gain by expanding into my territory, but I stand to gain a whole lot to expand into all their stuff. Let's go up
Understood.
to alliance levels. Now I'm starting to think I should have got that goodwill bonus in the policies here. Now, I could spend this action to start investing here. How much is it going to cost me? Not a whole heaping lot. I'm gonna do this here, just to make this trading town better. How much is it gonna cost me to upgrade this?
Understood.
Well, I think we're gonna have to make that investment. Anything we can do to up our income right now is gonna be super important. I'm actually pretty scared that I'm just gonna get destroyed at the very beginning. Boy, that'd be embarrassing.
Allow me to report. Please command me.
You know what? Honestly, I'm not on that note. I'm not too concerned with stockpiling as much spare harvest or provisions as possible. I just want to make sure I've got enough people here to repel an attack by one of my neighbors. Because we are very vulnerable at the start of this campaign. I'm gonna actually just start... Let's see here, what do we got? Clear... No, we're not doing labor exemption. We're gonna clear. As much as this burns a lot of my refugees, I think right now we're not going to be hiring much in the way of infantry right now. Now, as soon as we can get a trade agreement with Hosokawa, I think things are going to start turning up. Interesting choice. Then again, I think this was a historical.
Allow me to report.
I don't know if there's going to be an event for this or
Let
not.
us begin the council.
But
I'd like to hear everyone's thoughts.
Amago and the Ochi clan did clash around this time. Take you. Take that one. And that one.
Let us end our council here.
I have a plan. Please listen to my plan.
Not a whole heaping lot here. Well, we need 4 more rhetoric. Well, we'll get there. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot I want to do here. We just don't have a lot of resources until we can start trading with our neighbors.
Allow me to report.
Getting 130 muskets at this stage of the game is not bad. We actually have the most muskets in the world right now. That just goes to show what the game plan here is, surprisingly. 17, okay. So I need one more turn, and then we can start trading with them. We're going to save all our money, because we're probably going to have to dip into this to start getting those initial expansions. Yes, please.
Allow me to report.
All right, now we're gonna start making some progress here.
Understood.
Especially early on, because there is a limit of the amount of people that can be trading in any one node. By default, it's 3. You can get a policy to let you go up to 4, or be the 4th person in the node. But
understood.
oh no, hold on. I didn't mean that. Take it back. Fertilizer, please. We don't need to clear again.
Understood. Ha!
Ooh, that's kind of expensive. Alright. Well, you know, you don't make those investments, you know. I just hope I have enough money to expand next turn. The old West... I don't even know if that W stands for Western, but...
Allow me to report.
There's random
Let us begin the
Takeda
council.
clans scattered around. Yep,
I like
that
it.
looks good. There we go. +1 rhetoric points. No, we'll take 11. There we go.
Let us end our council here.
I have a plan.
That'll be good. Yeah, I will go ahead and get this. And we can get that too while we're at it. Musket trade zone or port? Well, either way, I think we're going to do port, though, for now. Okay, good, we can still expand this turn. Just
Understood.
barely, but, you know. Let's, you know, the longer we wait, hopefully, our ally builds up their troop count. We can just borrow their stuff. There we go. So we got our 4 rhetoric policies. So we're just going to get even more rhetoric points from now on. Oh, Matsudaira getting absorbed by Imagawa.
Allow me to report.
I think Oda took a bite out of him too. I don't think they. Yeah, I don't. I think Matsudaira starts with this castle as well. This clan's gonna get eliminated here in just a minute, or are they? Yeah, probably. Yeah, some people have already started trading with them.
Understood.
It's pretty disappointing. I can already not expand over here because of there's already 3 clans there. Either way, we're gonna basically keep boosting our relations with them until we can get into an alliance with them, and then we're actually making twice as much money as we are. Just half of it's going to diplomacy. With the AI making the initial first moves. I'd like to be doing that, but it's going to be a slow burn.
Allow me to report.
Okay, so
Please command me.
there's our
Understood.
relationship with the Hosokawa where we needed it to be. Nope. Let's take a 24-month alliance.
Understood.
Fortunately, we can kind of still expand over here a little bit. In fact, if we expanded here, we'd be the only one there for now. The Hosokawa haven't expanded here yet. But that being said, I still get more money from expanding up here.
Ha!
Now, let me take a look. Actually not that bad.
Ha!
Now, fortunately, in terms of conquering our neighbors, I believe we should have a pretty good advantage over them in terms of our fighting potential. Even though they have a decent amount more troops than us, we should be able to, you know, pound for pound fight a little better than
I'd like
them.
to hear everyone's thoughts.
You know? These are some pretty good ones, and I think we're gonna go for the military ones.
Let us end our council here.
Please listen to my plan.
We still need another 3 more military policies to unlock the last benefit. Okay. Take what we can get here. And it is 4, right? Okay. Well, this isn't super necessary. Like I said, I don't know if we really have veteran officers or not. If anything, this guy we just hired. Is, that's not quite right, I don't think. Or maybe it is. Serve, I think, is how many years they've been with the clan. So, has it been 2 years already? I can't believe it. Either way. Now, we don't have any treasures or maidens to help our wayward officer here, so we're just gonna have to really hope that he doesn't, you know, abandon us. That'd be pretty awful.
Huh.
If anything, securing this alliance definitely makes us a lot more secure. If somebody attacks you, your allies will lend you their troops much more freely than if you're aggressively attacking somebody else.
Allow me to report.
Now, between the two of these, they're gonna have 3,500, so we're already about at the same total number of troops. Like I said, our troop count should be a little, or our troop quality should be a little bit better than them. Now we're also going to do I really want to start? I mean, I think it was important for us to get this alliance and this arrangement up and running as soon as possible. I'm not sure I want to spend the money to start making alliances with anyone else quite yet. We do want some more alliances, but maybe not this minute. How's this war coming along? Inconclusive? You're still hanging in there, Mori? Just by a thread? Oh, good luck with that. You know what? I'm thinking, come next harvest, we might try to take one of these castles from the Atakeyama clan here. Now, whether or not I can finish them off in a single war or not, kinda sad, but I might not be able to do that. But, you know, just taking one castle is gonna help out a lot.
Allow me to report. This is last month's results. Please
Musket count's getting up there. Then we have... They're both pretty weak, but this castle up here is even weaker. This one has probably more space. There is a mine. This one's got a lot of stuff actually. No, this one definitely has more space. It's got a mine, several areas for fishing towns. Either way, either one would be good. We're not going to be that picky. Because anything would be good for us at this point in time.
Understood.
Okay, so what can we squeeze out? Maybe just a few more. Excuse me. Hope that isn't too annoying. Get the last few bits of troops before we
Allow me to report.
launch our
Let us begin the council.
autumn offensive
I'd like
here.
to hear everyone's thoughts. That
And also
should work.
try to get some more last-minute military policies here. Gonna
I like it.
get some
Let us
agriculture
end our
points.
council here.
I have a plan.
There we go. Political clout. And there's going to be more of those. Those are pretty good. Yeah, well, it was either that or this advanced, or advantage suggest probability up. Not that important. Much rather get the increased, policy power. Okay. I'm gonna pass. I don't know how much money... If I could rent out some troops from one of my allies here, that'll make this war even more assured.
Allow me to report.
Okay, so we're gonna get harvest on the next turn. So, with that being said, I think we can start now. Let me take a look. Do they have any allies? Well, they do. That's a bit of a problem. Do they have allies? So interestingly, I could go after this clan instead. I still think, basically, it's going to add Ashikaga into the equation, but I think we still stick with our original plan here. I'm really hoping I have enough money to borrow some troops from my allies, or something. Or maybe I really wouldn't like to, but maybe they might just take some of my muskets. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and try for this. I don't think we're going to lose, like, entirely, but... Oh, they have another allied clan way up there. Well, those guys, this is kind of an odd alliance for them. They're not gonna... Well, they're gonna provide, you know, provisions and such, if that's how it works with the AI. But they're so far away they won't be able to provide any backup for them. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. I mean, they're ranked 40 by the game. Where do we stand ourselves these days? 63. Well, you know, we started off at rank like 85. They actually... Am I losing my mind here? Do they have more territory somewhere that I'm not aware of? No. Okay. I keep teasing hitting the accept button, but no, we're going to go ahead. They have 3,700 troops on their own. We have slightly more than that. Their allies are going to come in.
Make a worthy opponent.
Our allies are coming in. Gonna get an extra 1,000 provisions, a little gold, horses and muskets. We'll just give you those things right back. Now, what do you want? 2,900 provisions? Might be worth it. Let me see what their offer is. And this is for 1,500 soldiers. Okay, yeah, let's go with that. These guys are definitely going to... I thought they said we were going to be getting more than this. I guess it's still fine. 4,000 is still good. But for some reason I thought they said 15,000. Which I guess is a little ridiculous at this stage of the game that these four castles would have that many people, but that's fine.
We march.
I still think that's a good idea, and then our own personal army will go head them off down here. Kind of gave them all of our guns, but it's fine. And we're going all in. We don't have nearly the provisions at this stage of the game for this, but we're gonna try to maybe just do a bit of a blitzkrieg attack here, if possible. Alright, we still have money to spare, so we should still expand now.
Ha!
We'll have to see how much... So 950 from their ally. Ashikaga here isn't sending them any troops. And bop them. Hope... No. Hoping they're trying to come down here, but I'm hoping this army intercepts them. Let's see... Okay, so we got 3 times, so we're good there.
Encircle them.
Well, frankly, at this point, by the time they make it down here... No, they're turning around.
We've won! Sound the victory!
Boy, that'd be pretty funny. If we could take this before they make it over here, they really screwed this one up. Alright, well, good job. They just... they tried to come down to the south to get me. Little did they know, they're like, oh shit. We gotta defend, well, too late. Okay, well that went well.
Let's go back.
We're hiring everybody. Yeah, there's no room to be picky on our officers. We don't have anybody.
Allow me to report.
Please, give me
Who needs the harvest? Alright, so we're already leveraging our allies here. Thank you very much, Hosokawa. We'll make sure to not remember this. And oh my goodness. Look at all this money. Look at all this money.
Understood.
It's just what we needed. The room to grow, to stretch our legs. Oh gosh, everyone hates us. Nobody's loyal. Yeah, you go ahead and take over this one.
Understood.
I do understand.
Now, one thing, I guess we'll spread out our forces a tiny bit here.
Ha!
2 people at each of these.
Ha!
Now, one of my short-term, well, I don't know if it's short-term, but one of my goals is that I know there's another gunsmith over here. So eventually I would like to make sure I get this. Because there's really, one day I might have to actually just comb the map and find out where all the gunsmiths are, but I think there's only, like, 3? I don't remember where the 3rd one is, to be honest, but I think there's a 3rd one somewhere. And even beyond that, there's just not a whole heaping lot of them, which is a shame, I think. There's like a ton of, there's a ton of pastures and all kinds of other things like that, but in terms of gunsmiths, not so much. Not so much. Anyways, we're not doing that now. I mean, we literally were, but we're gonna stop it now. We're not gonna keep looking for that. Okay, so we are in the autumn. Not doing any of that. We're not doing any of that. Now,
Allow me to report.
interestingly,
This is last month's results.
I'm pretty
us
sure,
begin
unless
the
they,
council.
obviously change this, the next clan up in our way, I think we just took care of the only ally they had. Look, I see the shiny, I click it. It might not even be the best option, but these two look pretty good. Alright, well, we got rid of our, economic advisors in whatever.
Let
Or
us end our
counselors.
council here.
Have enough officers to fill the council. Okay, let's get quicker loading. Veteran policy power up. I mean, sure, why not? It'll come in handy at some point.
Ha.
Okay. Let's build some more trading towns.
I understand.
Oh gosh, we got a lot of fishing town spots. So let's take a look here. Yeah, now this clan is very vulnerable. I think what I would like to do in the long term, and we'll have to see, we might have to make adjustments, is make friendly with the people to my west and then expand eastward. I think that's the plan I would like to do. We'll have to see. Interesting. We could also, if we saved up, we could also construct a new castle. I don't know if that'll really be necessary. Actually, pretty surprised that Hosokawa here lent us all these for pretty much
This is last month's results.
almost nothing. Now we don't really have anything, so you could argue that's still
Understood.
a reasonable amount for our means, but not really. It's been pretty much fine. Ooh, what do we got going on here? No. We're not about having a drill grounds where there could be a trading town. Yeah, the AI made some interesting decisions, let's just say, regarding that town, or that castle. Oh, there's no officer. Well, you know what? Once our officers are done working on what they're working on, we're gonna fix this up.
Allow me to report.
Please give me a command.
Winter work. Get some fertilizer in there.
Ha.
A little bit of everything in there. I think it is smart to try to strike while the iron's hot here against the Tsutsui clan here before they make any... I would say before they make any other alliances, but probably more likely before somebody else eats them themselves. I think that makes the most sense.
Understood.
Okay, we got that. I am going to give it one... speed up the repair work here, and we're going to give it one more turn, and then we're going to move out. Also, I kind of want more of these troops to come back. Now Mitsu Yukawa has had a son. Well, I'll look forward to that, and he wants to make friends with me. Well, unfortunately, you're the only way out. I'm gonna have to decline that one.
Let us begin the council.
Alright. Okay, actually not awful. Not as awful as I thought.
That should
There we
work.
go. Just
Let us
everyone's a
end our
little
council here.
specialized. Hearing effect. At the very least, I don't really like the clear action, but if I'm gonna... If I need to do it, at least it'll be better. Okay, do we have officers available yet? Okay, there we go.
Ha.
So yeah, we could build a trading town and a reservoir over here, so it's much better. Let's try to get as many of these fishing towns
Understood.
established.
I do understand.
Understood.
So I've got officers that can build this other stuff, but no officers that can build forges and ranches. Interesting. I guess his policy or politics score is too low. I thought it would just take him a really long time. I guess I just can't do it at all. Interesting. Alright, well that's fine. We'll hold off then. Actually, can I... No. Nothing to improve. You need to expand. Go ahead and grab that one just for contiguous sake. Okay. Let's go ahead and try to grab these guys before it is too late.
You make a worthy opponent.
Plus, I mean, you know, I'll just take some free stuff. We're gonna make sure to actually double check our what we're equipping our people with this time, which is basically nothing. But you know, mostly because we only have so many muskets right now, and his unit's large enough that you know, it's gonna go all to him, basically. Yeah, I don't feel the need to lower my troop count just to give them cavalry or something. I was kind of hoping that this one would be broken down into several smaller units, but, you know, oh well. I was going to consider if I could lower increases beyond 1,300. In fact. Oh, so it kind of is. Okay, well this is fine.
Advance.
Probably don't need to request reinforcements from our allies on this one.
Surround them.
Alright. Let's fight this one. We got a lot of rivers on this battlefield.
Let us show you our skill. I will show you my skill.
Let us show you our skill.
I will
Yeah,
show
I think
you
actually
my
no
skill.
plan is the
Let us
best
show you
course of
our
action
skill.
here, to be honest. Although we're gonna spread our forces out a little bit more. We are just going to sit still and let our reinforcements come in. We have the defender's advantage, so we're just going to hang out and gain, you know, our, 8 troops per tick here. Yeah, this number went up, so some of his units hadn't moved. I don't think that's a smart idea for him. Pretty sure I have more people in the bank, and then beyond that, I mean, these outposts are going to start winning the round for me, you know, just by sitting here. Now, I might want to start moving him up to intercept, try to intercept this guy. Okay. Let's go ahead and move here.
Ready yourselves.
Try to get ready to
Let's
intercept
begin.
these guys.
Now it's time.
Move him up.
Let's begin.
Maybe get a flank on them.
Your command. Prepare yourselves.
Prepare yourselves.
Possible. I mean, they're pretty dogged about taking these out, so I can't say it's very easy to stop them from
The enemy has been
taking them at all, but I can at least make it more difficult for them to do so.
Please command me. Your command.
Just move up here to try to block
Ready
them.
yourselves.
And you go just
Let's
like
begin.
this. And if this guy might not be exactly there anymore, but these guys will walk into range, I'm hoping.
Now
Why
it's
don't you
time.
make your for yourself there.
Let's move it.
Please command me. Let's begin.
Let's begin.
Go.
The enemy has been found.
So it looks like we blocked this guy off. All our forts are still intact.
Please give me a command.
Just try to get around that guy, and basically they're in perfect position for some muskets. Well, not perfect, but pretty good. Pretty good.
I have a plan.
Dishearten.
Are you where my blade shall fall next?
Just everyone's kind of where they need to be
Now is our
already. So.
chance.
Flank off. Oh, he's going to retreat right into our muskets. Dishearten. Sure. Just keep, keep telling them how much they're going to lose.
Now it's time.
Can't we just actually just rotate this unit?
Now it's time.
Maybe over like here?
Let's move it.
Please command me.
You turn around.
Released. Released.
All the meanwhile, all three of my outposts are still active.
There appears to be someone with a plan.
There we go. This is a pretty much perfect shot right here on all their forces. So you'll notice, if you didn't know, when you're lining up your muskets, the lines right now are lined up in like a yellow-red color. That means that there is a unit in the way of them, at least at the beginning of the round. They could move out of the way. If there's no one there, it'll be in gray. So basically what this is saying is that all of the shots that'll come out of this unit are going to hit somebody. Sometimes you'll get a situation where they'll tell you you can activate your musket barrage, but it's like only going to hit them on like one of them, and it won't be a very effective barrage.
Let me show you the skill I have worked hard to polish.
See if we
Give me a
can.
command. Let's begin.
Let's begin.
This flank is doing fine, so I don't think these. I think having this continue to be a 2-on-1 will be fine.
Release.
Well, it was good for a minute, but yeah, they're just in a mass
Now it's time.
retreat here. Let's go like this.
Let's begin.
Your command.
You
Let's
guys
begin.
clumping up too much.
Witness my plan.
Charge? Yeah, that'll be
Let me
good.
show you my final move.
This unit is almost, its morale is almost broken.
Please give me a command.
They're not even close to taking
Let's
our
begin.
outposts. Never mind, we pushed them back. These are very safe now.
I never expected them to be.
Here's this other unit that's been lurking around.
Never expected them to be this good.
Here we go.
With this
If you
plan,
just want
I
to
will
walk
leave
right in
you
front of my
in the
unit, that
dust.
works too.
I have a plan. I am
Well, we just lowered the morale of a unit that's already broken, but just really let them know who's in charge.
command.
I'm actually going to move these
Let's
guys up. This
begin.
guy's just
Your
wasting my
command.
time at this point.
Prepare yourselves.
Especially when they've lined up here.
Spearmen forward.
I just took a big
Here's to
morale
someone.
hit from something.
Please give me a command.
Engage them. Try to cut off
Let's
their
begin.
With this plan, I will leave
path.
you in the dust.
And this might be the last
Please command.
round
Please
before
command.
the battle is
Ready
completely in my favor.
Let us
Yep. And Student's actually
Continue the battle.
got to retreat. See if I can. Okay. I was gonna say maybe try to get him out of there, but it's
With
okay. You
this
can just run
plan,
away
I
right
will
now.
leave you in the dust. Your command. Let's begin.
You can stay
Prepare
on that one. This
yourselves.
gonna go over this way. You
command.
can keep chasing him. I still think we're fine.
The enemy has been found. Spearmen.
I'm just going to keep inflicting more casualties with this unit. Like I said, we still have all of our outposts in the back just racking up favorability for the battle, so this unit's just... he's given up.
Your command.
I don't think we're going to
Prepare
catch him.
yourselves.
He's too fast. Not too furious, but he's definitely too fast. Well, there goes that unit.
Let us pull.
There's that one, there's our unit back, and we win. Good, good.
It was worth working so hard.
It was. I think it was worth it. There goes all those buildings downgraded. Alright, we can't hire him. We're not going to execute, though.
My thanks.
What's our, 2,500? Yeah. Punch the castle. Punch it.
Allow me to report.
We got this whole, southern coast here expanded into.
Understood.
Still can't build any forges yet. That kind of upsets me. Just we don't have the manpower. I mean, there's nothing else I would really like to build either right now either. At least not yet. Can't build T-towns or any. It's all the junky stuff. Now, a patrol post might be okay. Like here. It's just that this mostly only covers the lands of our allies, so... yeah. We'll just hold off on that. See, is there anything else we need to be doing? Nothing's even really possible at the moment. We're just gonna... clean up this little clan right here.
This castle.
And we'll hire you early, but... we'll be seeing you again here in a minute.
You have my thanks. Now it's time. Advance.
Now this one we will not be punching.
Surround them.
This one we will siege down. Should take us another 2 turns or so. I figure we're coming up to the hour mark here, so go ahead and
Please give me a command.
finish this war off, and then we'll wrap up the stream, the segment. Oh, here we go. We got these gold mines too. I forgot about them. Yes,
I
please.
understand.
Guess that was in this one base right here. This base had access to 2 gold mines.
I understand.
I'll take the AI's advice here.
I understand.
And this, we don't have a whole heaping lot of bases to manage, so there's not much divergence really. Okay, here we go. Actually, let's get our fishing towns first.
I understand.
Okay, and our T-towns. We're gonna get at least one T-town on bases that we can.
Understood.
Can't have one, I mean.
Huh.
We just start spamming out
I do understand.
forges, slowly but surely. All the forges we can possibly get. Want those improve. Not gonna worry about that. Alright, let's keep them rolling here. Ninja Village attacking me.
Allow me to report.
Let us begin the council.
Okay. We're already doing pretty good. Compared to the last campaign I had, I seem to recall having a longer period of time where our officers kind of weren't giving us very good suggestions here. I think I like this one a little better.
Let us end our council here.
I have a plan.
So let's go ahead and get this 4th military policy. that'll unlock one of our resolve bonuses. I'm gonna go ahead and get this other gold mine.
I understand.
Well, all our officers are still tied up. Alright, let's just roll the turnover. Yep, there's our resolve for getting the 4th military and rhetoric policies unlocked.
We've won! Sound of victory!
Okay, we're taking everybody. Go home. Everybody go home.
Let's go back!
Go ahead and let the active phase play out.
Allow me to report. These results are from last month.
Looking pretty good here. Our musket income is looking pretty solid for this stage of the game. Yeah, get him in here. It's a very old-looking 16-year-old, gonna be honest, but so it's a little suspicious. Alright, so we have everything from village rules. So just really just gonna help our policies. I mean, I'm gonna call it technologies, but either way. No, I'll use them interchangeably. So we got all of these unlocked. This 10 years of service bonus should start to take effect in a little bit. Not yet, though. Then we need to make some investments for this and bring our infantry up. In fact, is there anything? Well, we can actually just invest here once and then get that and then go back to expanding. But anyways, I'm going to wrap up the stream here. I'm going to try to maybe limit myself to 1 hour. I might probably pick this up again maybe in the same day, but I'm going to try to space them out in 1 hour segments instead of giant stonking 2 hour segments. Looking pretty good. I hope you know, you're not too disappointed that I didn't stay weak and puny for too long, but you know, to be honest, that's just a recipe to get yourself eliminated. So getting ourselves a good foothold here, I think we've done a pretty good job. And I foresee we're going to have some problems with Imagawa. Probably Hojo even further down the road. And then we'll see some intermediary level clans like the Azai and Asakura here. They can get pretty scary too. And I'm hoping we never have to worry about anything over here again. So, good start. And if, you know, once again, if there's anything in particular, you know, not to get into these kinds of details, but, you know, I almost take it almost as like a compliment in a weird sort of way. You know, if I see any, I do take note when I see any dislikes that I get on my YouTube uploads. If it's within my power to do so, I will try to fix it. If you just don't find it very entertaining, or I'm irritating, I'm sorry. But anywho, we're wrapping it up. I'll be back with another part real soon. We'll see you then.